Students, today we are going to do storage devices. As we discussed earlier, that we all need to store things with us, right? If you have new books, so as we discussed yesterday, suppose for an example, you were there in standard 3, so your bookshelf was filled with standard 3 books and notebooks. Now you have promoted to standard 4, so you need some space to keep your books. You need some space to store your books and your notebooks. So this is known as to store something. So in computers and in laptops, we need to store the data and the informations which are important to us. Okay. Now, when data and instructions are entered, it is required to be stored in the computer for processing. We need desks or filing cabinets to work. Similarly, computers also need some space. This space keeps the data and instructions retained in the computer. This space is known as memory. It stores data and instructions temporarily or permanently. So, as I was telling you the example that we need a bookshelf to store our books. And offices, we need some desks and file cabinets to store our work. So in computers, similarly, we need a memory or a space to store the data and the instructions in the computer. Retained in the computer means to store in the computer. And this space is known as memory. And this it can either store the data and instructions for temporary basis or for permanently. Now there are two types of memory or storage. First is primary store and the next is secondary store. Primary store. Primary store is just like a table or desk where we temporarily open books or copies, etc. to work upon. If there is no desk or table, then it will be very difficult to study or work in the office. Similarly, computer also needs some temporary space to keep input, intermediary results, and output. So primary memory is something like when we study at home, we need study table to keep our books and to keep our notebooks open, to work, to write, to read, and in the offices also. So temporary memory is something in the computer which make a temporary space for the data, for the information, and for the instructions to store, to keep and store there on a temporary basis for a few times. So there are two types of primary memories. They are RAM, that is random access memory, and ROM, that is read-only memory. So what is RAM and what is ROM? RAM, that is random access memory. Random access memory is a part of primary memory which can be accessed randomly. Data can be written or read from any location of the RAM chip. RAM store data temporarily. It is volatile in nature, that is when the power is switched off, any data instructions written on RAM is lost. So the word random, it itself says that we can, like if we are working in some data, so we put the data for a few minutes of time or for a few times, for a less time. So it's a part of primary memory. It's a part, you can say it works like a desk for the computer where we can put any data, we can store any data for a less period of time. And the data are stored here are on a temporary basis. So it is volatile in nature. Now, what is volatile in nature? If you have seen, like whenever we work in a Word, MS Word, or in MS PowerPoint, or in MS any any Word file, so we need to save the data. It is called, if we don't save the data, if we don't save the document, then as soon as, suppose the power is off, suppose the electricity is off, the data will also lost. So this is known as volatile in nature. That is, whenever the computer while working it gets switched off, अगर computer चलते चलते बंद हो जाता है, तो whatever instructions and data are written on the RAM, whatever instructions and data we save it on, like what we write it on the RAM, it will lost. वो गुम हो जाएगा. That will be lost forever, then, as it is a temporary base of storing the data. Next is ROM, that is read only memory. Read only memory is a chip where information is hardwired, that is written permanently, which cannot be erased. In ROM, when power supply is switched off, the information does not get erased or lost. Unlike RAM, information can be written only once on this kind of chip. It is written at the time of manufacturing. This is the reason why it is called read-only memory. ROM plays a crucial role in the computer. Whenever a computer is made, whenever the system of a computer is made, whenever the whatever technical things are there in the computer, so there we use ROM chip. In the ROM chip, whatever data is stored for the permanent. That is why the name itself suggests read-only memory. That is, we can only read it. Neither we can edit it, neither we can delete it, neither we can change the informations or the data which are stored on the ROM or which are stored on the read-only memory. And it is a permanent storage. Okay, now let's come to secondary memory. Secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory, which store data permanently. If primary memory data cannot be written permanently in large amount, that is why secondary storage is required so that information can be stored for future use. Secondary storage device can be classified into two categories. Sequential access storage device or direct access storage device. Okay, so secondary memory, it acts like auxiliary memory. Now in ROM, as we have just studied now, the ROM, it stores some data and that data cannot be erased, right? So for a system, for any kind of system, if we just take an example of our mobile phone, so we cannot store everything in the mobile phone system. The system, the software which we use in the mobile phone. So we need either memory card, which we say in normal, that is the chip, to store the excess data in that. In computers also, we cannot expect the technology to store all the data in one place and in a great amount. So there are some data which are needed to be used for future basis also. So we use secondary memory, secondary storage to store this data for in a permanent basis for our future use. So secondary storage device can be grouped into two categories. One is sequential access storage device and the next is direct access storage device. Now, the first is hard disks. Hard disks, you must have heard about it. So what is a hard disk? A hard disk is a part of a system unit often called a disk drive, hard disk, or hard disk drive. It store and provide relatively quick access to a large amount of data on a electromagnetical charged surface or set of surface. Hard disk is a circular platter made up of myeloplastic or very smooth metal coated with magnetic ferric oxide on both sides. Hard disk is a magnetic disk on which you can store data and information. So hard disks are used in offices, in laboratories to save the huge amount of data, okay, or in the big computers in the offices where we can store a large amount of data and we have a quick access on that. So this hard disk is made up of Melik plastic, is a type of plastic. Melik plastic is a it's a type of plastic or very smooth metal coated, which contain magnetic ferric oxide. It's the name of a chemical. Okay, so hard disk is a magnetic disk which we use to store devices or information. If you want to see the hard disk picture, it looks like this. So a hard disk looks like this. These are the hard disks. If you look in the picture, so these are the hard disks. This is made up of myelic plastic or a very smooth metal, and it has magnetic ferric oxide in both the sides, and it helps to store the huge data in the computers. Now, next is DVD, which we all know as CD. You must have seen that you have been provided with CD in some books also. So a DVD represents the second generation of compact disc, that is CD technology. Like a CD drive, a DVD drive uses a low power laser to read digitized, that is the binary data that have been encoded into the disc in the form of tiny bits. Because it uses a digital format, a DVD can store any kind of data, including movie, music, text, and graphical images. The full form of DVD is digital versatile discs or digital video discs. So in DVDs, we can save music, we can save movie, we can save pictures, we can save any type of graphical images, we can save any type of text, any type of documents. So it is the second generation of CD. DVD is actually a second generation of CD. What is the full form of CD? CD is a compact disc technology which reads the binary data or digitized data and store the information in it. What is the full form of DVD? The full form of DVD is digital versatile disc or digital video disc. You must have seen DVD or CD in your home as well. Okay. So a DVD holds a minimum of 4.7 GB of data that is enough for 2 full-length movies. DVDs are commonly used as a medium of digital representation of movie and other multimedia presentations that combine sound with graphics. So how much data DVD can hold? A DVD can hold minimum 4.7 GB data, which is equal to the 2 movies, the length of 2 movies. And it helps us to make presentations, it helps us to store the presentations which contain picture plus audio. And the last comes the pen drive. Pen drive, we have all seen the pen drive. We use pen drive. So pen drive is also a storage device. It is also called as USB device. USB or flash or pen drive is the best among the removable storage device for its portable and easy to use feature. Pen drive are small but solid devices as they come in highly durable design nowadays. A pen drive has a vast area of saving the data. Like we have pen drives of 4 GB, we have pen drives of 6 GB, we have pen drives of 8 GB, even 32 GB, and so on. So it is one of the solid device to store data in it, and it is very portable. Portable means it's very easy to use and easy to carry because of its simply easy features. Okay. So what all we have learned in this chapter, we have learned that input device take in information in the computer and output devices take out information from the of a computer system. Input and output devices are also known as peripherals. A keyboard is a text-based input device that allows the user to input alphabets, numbers, and other characters. A scanner is an input device which is used for direct data entry from the source document into the computer system. A barcode is a set of line of different thickness that represents a number. A digital camera can store many more pictures than an ordinary camera. Monitor is an output device that resembles the television screen and uses a cathode ray tube, that is CRT, to display information. Printers are used to produce output on paper, commonly known as hard copy. Plotters are used to print graphical output on paper. Pen drive is a storage device. There are two types of memory or storage, that is primary and secondary memory. And a hard disk is a part of system unit, often called a disk device.